something. Let me type something. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm back again. Thank you. Thank you for joining. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know what is, Well, can you close the door for me? Close the door for me. Make a comment. Let me see. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Two people already joined now. Give me thumb up. Thumb up. You will see on the right. I think on the right button. Thank you so much, Funlayo. Thank you so much. Yeah, you're still awake. I don't know what's wrong. I have to do it again. That is Joshua Bolaji. Thank you so much. Ansom MST. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Give me thumb up, please. Thumb up. You see at the right corner when you log just when you up, please. I know the fight to join is you still stick by. I don't know if the person that asked the question is still on the line. I just want to finish with this question so that that person, think, and start look for someone to bid with, you know. Thank you so much. Give me thumbs up, please. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. I will start right away now. I will start right away. I don't restart the computer again and I use another Wi-Fi entirely so that this will not be stopping on me all the time. Thank you so much for joining. I'm talking about a relationship. Somebody asked about relationship. So I want to, if you have a comment on relationship, can you drop your comment and let me see? Comment on relationship. And those people that are here to bake, you can as well, you can, yeah. Those that are here to bake, you can be looking at someone that you have never seen before to bake with. You bake in their kitchen. Why I'm still talking? Um, why I'm talking? If the person that asked the question is here, let's go ahead and begin to answer the question. And please, if you have comments on the, your comment down. What do you think this relationship is all about? What is relationship all about? What is relationship all about? What is relationship all about? I'm coming, please. I'm there now. I'm trying to answer some people that, you know, um, don't, um, up. I'm coming. 1 second, please. Okay. Diniki Ali, thank you so much for joining. So I'm talking about relationship, please, ma. Big sis, Pastor Mrs. So I'm talking about relationship, and those people that are here to bake, you can continue baking. Look for someone who you have not baked with before, and start baking in there, and go to their kitchen and start baking. Why people still listening to what I'm about to say? We're talking about relationship, and I said relationship is the way two or more people are connected. Relationship is the way two or more people are associated. Relationship is the way two or more people are connected, associated, connected, to each other. The way they interact to each other is called relationship. The way they behave with each other are called relationship. And I said I categorize relationship in to be in four categories. I group relationship to be 4 categories. The first one is friendship. I started talking about friendship. You know, friend, you can make friends, you know, anywhere. Friend, your schoolmates can be your friends, your office mates, people you work together in the office can be your friends. You can meet friends maybe in a gathering, in a social gathering or any gathering at all. You can make friends, and whereby you exchange numbers and you started this communicate to each other. You know, that's friendship. That's number strictly friendship without benefits. Friendship without benefits. Friendship without benefit. Because when you are making someone to that person and you want them to be your friend so that you can be talking together, the little needs of each other, but not friendship with benefits. Not that until you do to person, you just develop interest in that person. You know, just develop interest in that person. It's not friendship with benefit. It's not friendship. Not thinking of if you didn't do to me, I will not do anything for her. No, it doesn't work that way. Genuine friendship is making. Please wait while we're trying to recollecting. Oh my God. So last time I talked about people they can start friendship and the friendship will last. They will last long. Why? Because they are able to know each other, they are able to study each other, and they are able to identify each other's strength and the weakness. You know, and they not, they identify the weakness, but what can they do? They already know the person. The only thing they can do is to pray for that person, you know, and continue with their friendship or help that person. That person may not know what he or she is doing that is right or wrong. But when you're helping that person, building up a relationship, the relationship is supposed to be building up. It's not, it just don't just happen in a day. You build it up, you build it up, you build relationship up. So that is one, friendship. Then the second one I want to talk about is dating, which I discussed in my previous video. Dating is a kind of friendship. You know, I told you about 4 kind of friendship. Dating is a kind of friendship that is a kind of friendship that two mature individual, a male and a female, comes together. They are in love with each other, and when they are in love with each other, so they comes together to become familiar, more familiar with each other. You know, that is friendship without benefits, not friendship with benefit at this period, because you are learning each other's behavior, each other's not it's not bed of all roses. Marriage is not it's a covenant. It's a covenant, it's a covenant. So look at that person, you just begin to watch that person's life, way of life, how the person behaves or something. What can I do for this person? How can I help this person? That is dating in love, strictly in love, strictly want to marry, you know more that's later. They want to marry, so they start dating, they start studying each other. Friendship without benefit, that's another kinds of relationship. That's the second one that I talk about. Then the third one is the courtship. The third one is courtship. That someone asked the questions 2 weeks ago about courtship and the dating the same. Courtship is the high peak of it, is the climax of it, of the relationship. If you have reached the stage of courtship, that means the both parties, the both families, they know each other already. They know that these people, this individual, they are about to get married one day. They are in love with each other. The love that we extend them to come into marriage covenant. So that is the courtship. So both families already aware of your relationship. They are aware of your relationship, and they are planning necessary things, that they can plan to become husband and wife. So that's the peak of it, the friendship. Now, let me hear the comment from people. Let me hear your comment, please. Let your comment. So now that's the third kind of relationship that I talk about. Number one is friendship. That's really kind of relationship. Number two is dating. It's a friendship also. Number three is courtship. That's friendship also. Then number four, which is the last one, is marriage. marriage. When after all this, you have gone through all the stages, and the final stage, the ceremony performed, you become husband and wife. You become husband and wife. That is the last relationship. Relationship and husband and wife. And that's why I tell people, when you ask some people why are they going into marriage, they may not have any reason why they go. I gave in my last previous video, I talk about why people go into marriage, different reasons they go into marriage. But when you are go as a youth, as a young adult, when you are preparing for wedding, when you are preparing for marriage, because marriage is everlasting, wedding is only for one day. Wedding is a ceremony that we perform, mega ceremony that we perform. Wearing the beautiful dress, or the best hall, the best restaurants, the best hotel to perform it. But marriage is an everlasting, and when you are going into that marriage, at the back of your mind, begin to think about what you can give in that marriage. What can you give in that marriage? What can you give in that marriage? Because when you are into marriage, and you are thinking of what you can get, I'm sorry, that's already, I don't know, I don't want to say negative things. But if you're only thinking of what you can get in a marriage, then that's not a good enough. That's not a good idea. Begin to think. I'm talking about those who already those who are already in the marriage right now. They can still, there's amendments. They can still amend their way. But those that are still coming up, those that are still thinking, still searching, wearing their spiritual glasses, searching Mr. Right, searching for Miss Right. This is the word for you. When you are going into marriage, please go in with what can I what are the things that I can deposit in this marriage? Because when God connects two people together, it may be ordinary friendship, it may be dating, it may be courtship, it may be the final stage, which is marriage. There is a purpose why God connects you guys together. There must be purpose. So that purpose you want to fulfill, you want to help each other to fulfill each other's destiny. You want to help each other to fulfill each other's destiny. Yes, hello, Sister Denike Ali. Oh, I want to hear comment, please. If it's comment, if it's either comment or comment or questions or something. Because I'm about to answer, we are about to answer people's questions. We are all in the classroom of learners. We are all learning every day. So that is 4 categories of relationship that I talk about. It's categorized into 4 groups: friendship, dating, courtship, and marriage, which is the final one. So now let me hear from you guys. Let me hear from you. What do you have to say in relating to that question that someone puts? That person that asked the question may be on the line. Awesome MST, thank you for coming. My dear sister, Pastor Mrs. Fumilayo Joshua, thank you so much for coming. Kende Ulubeno, thank you. Thank you so much. Big says, thank you so much. I want to hear from you. What do you have to say? What do you have to say? When you reach the dating and the dating and the courtship, what do you have to say as the friendship in regards to that? I really emphasize strictly, they are making a friendship without benefit, not friendship with benefit at that period. You don't date someone because of what you want to get from that person. You don't enter into courtship because of one reason that is not necessary. You enter into courtship with your thinking of let me see if this is compatible, because you have to be compatible, to become husband and wife. There are so many things that you look for when you are dating or when you are courting. So many things you look for in the life of the lady and even the man too. You look for so many things. So now relationship, we're talking about relationship. I know maybe many people didn't know that I'm back yet. you know. So we're talking about relationship. So what do you have to say about relationship? Let's talk, let's talk, let's talk. And anybody who wants to bake can start going to different kitchen to do that while we're still talking about relationship. Let me, hello, are we still typing? So, are we still typing? I'm hearing. And we also talk about when, if you are not ready for dating, don't even start it. Like we talk about the teenagers. The teenagers, they are under 20, you know, they are, I don't think they are ready at that time to start dating because your emotion is not stable at that time. You cannot control your feelings. If you cannot control your feelings, then you won't be able to control your passion. So if you are feelings, then don't even go into dating because your mind will not be stable. You will be staggering. You'll be going here and there. You'll be passing from one to another, one to another, because your emotion is, you don't know what you want at that time or at that age. You don't know what you want yet. So if your emotion is not stable, you don't want to start a relationship because you cannot keep to one. You cannot, you switch like chameleon, you switch. When you switch from one to another, because your emotion is not stable. And I said we have different developmental stages in the life, of human being. We have physical development, which is physically growth, and we have social development, how you interact with one another, social development that develops quick, and even physical develop quick and social develop quick. But there are two developmental stages that will not be fully grown until you get to the age of 25 to 26. Intellectual development and the age of in that you can be able to reason well, you can be able to think very well. You know what you want at your goal is set. Your prime, you've reached your prime one, you know. So I want to hear, okay, yeah, Vic says, dating is the time to know each other's behavior. Dating is the time to know each other's behavior. Yes, well said, sister. So dating is a period whereby you interact and know each other's. You want to know each other's well. You want to know each other's well. All behaviors may not be reviewed. It will not be reviewed because of that love that has blindfolded the people. So you will not, even when you see the other side of the person, you may not even note. Even when you notice it, you don't want to, because of that love that you have for that person. You just want to just keep, it, keep it cool. Like they say, keep it cool. Just keep it cool and keep going. You know, so you want a relationship, you have to learn so many things, so many things, so many things. Your compatibility matters. Am I compatible with this person? If you are not compatible with the person, please, I don't advise someone to go in, because if you are not compatible, then that's a red flag there. That's a red flag there. Yes, Judy. Oh, Judy, thank you so much for joining. See, I didn't bother you today because every day I bothered want to bother you today, to help me with the computer setting, the sound system. So we are talking where we left last time. So I want to hear more comments. I want to hear more comments, please. Yes. So we also discussed about the costly mistakes when dating, which is what we want to do even today. The costly mistakes when dating. When you date too early, you date too early, too soon. So when you date too early, you date too soon. They're ready for it. Don't start to fall in love when you are not ready. When you know you are not ready, intellectually ready. You are not my sweetheart, thank you for joining. Keep the good work. We are watching and listening. Thank you so much for joining. That's my sweetheart. That's Oluwami. That's my that's I don't know what adjective to use for him again. I think Oluwami has covered it all. That's my sweetheart. That's my honey. He just joined us now. He's watching me too. He's not home right now. He's somewhere, is at work, but he still managed to join in. Thank you so much, my sweetheart. Thank you for your support, my sweetheart. Now let's go. Costly mistakes when dating. What are the costly mistakes that some of our girls make, or even our boys? What are the costly mistakes when you date too early? When you date too soon, that may be another costly mistake when dating. Because you are not ready for it. Then number two, I have dating too long. Dating too long. When you date too long, that may be voice of Ruby. Hi, voice of Ruby. Hi, how you doing? Thank you for joining. You date too long also, like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and you are still dating. You are still dating. How long will you be dating? Forever? No. When you date too long, that's not a good idea. At least, at most, probably 2 years of dating would be enough. 2 years recommend by me. At least, it could be 1 year, but at least maybe 2 years. Or at most, let me say 2 years. Except maybe those going into medicine school, or going to trade some kind of training or something. How long? Oh, Princess, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. Let me read. There's another question here. Prince, how long should a dating period be? How long should it? Okay, that's what you're coming at the right time. That's what I'm talking about now. Eddie, Michael, thank you so much. Too. Thank you so much, Eddie. Is it Eddie or Edley? I'm so sorry. I didn't pronounce it right. Thank you so much. I really thank you. I appreciate everyone for joining. So now we're talking about dating. I'm on costly mistakes. When that's what we're discussing. Number one, I say when you date too, when you are not ready for it, you are not ready to marry in the next 2 years, and you start it. That may be, it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea to start when you are not ready. And I said let me backtrack or what is that? So I said when you are teenagers, under 20, you may not be ready for it because you are, number one, your emotion may not be stable at that time. Your emotion is not stable at that time. And if you cannot control your feelings, if your emotion is not stable, then you will not be able to control your feelings. And if you are unable to control your feelings, then you will not be able to control your passion. You won't know what you want. And that's why you see some people when they start dating or they start kind of friendship, because I said we have 4 kinds of friendship. And the third one is the dating that we're talking about. So when you date someone too soon, you are not ready for it. Your emotion is not stable. So you will not stable with one person, because when you date this one today, and maybe after a month, you will see another beautiful girl. Or the girls will see another beautiful, handsome boy, and you jump to it again. And another one again, because you're a man. And I said dating too long again is not good. How long should it dating be? So how long should a dating be? It should be maybe 2 years. If you are that means if you are ready for it. If you are ready to be married in the next 2 years, then you can start to date. In the next 2 years, I'm ready to go. Everything is set. I'm ready to go in the next 2 years. You can start dating. And you see, so why some people make mistakes is that they mix up with dating, with friendship, with courtship. They mix all those things together. See, you can have a friendship relationship for donkey years. You can be friends with someone for donkey years. That for a long time you can be friends with someone, But in dating, you don't want to stay too long in dating. You don't want. Once you enter into dating, the mindset of both of you is to do what? is you are in love with each other, and that love will now get you to marriage zone. That's what I'm talking about. So 2 years at most, maybe 2 years when you start to date, probably 2 years. Except maybe one party is in the school and the other party is in the school also. Maybe medicine, they spend like 7 years, school of medicine, 7 years, or engineering course that spend like 5 years or something. That like that kind of things. They may stay up to 5 years or something. That's because they have reason, and communication has to proceed. Communication has to proceed during those periods. So dating too long is not a good idea at all. No. And if it's long distance relationship, like someone in another country and you're in another country, it's okay. It's reasonable too, because both of you are not staying in the same country, but you still communicate. So communication should go on. You still communicate. Because when you stay too long in dating, when you stay too long in courtship, you know what will happen. It will resemble marriage. Imagine someone stay like is someone stay like 5 years, 10 years in dating. You already your dating, your relationship are already turned or resemble marriage already, because you already know in and out of that person. That person know you already. You help that person to cook. You go to the person's house. You help the person to cook or to do laundry or to do this or to do that. You take each other's out. For a long time like that. It's resembling a marriage. And if care is not taken, the bed will be defiled. And the Bible says in the book of Hebrew, bed undefiled. Marriage should be honorable and bed undefiled. It's not that you want to defile your bed, but because you stay too long on that relationship, that urge will be there. Excuse me. That urge will be there. And I said in my previous video that we don't just jump into sexual immorality. It's always by sliding. It's always by sliding. You don't jump into it. It's by sliding. That's why you don't want to stay too long in a relationship. You don't want to stay too long in a relationship. I'm sorry. Excuse me. You don't want to stay too long in a relationship, because it will resemble marriage. And the funniest thing again, when you stay too long in a relationship, then too much familiarity will set in. You become too familiar with that person that you don't care what happened. You become familiar with that person, and when you become too familiar with, will be wide open to him. Your weakness will be wide open to her. Now she will begin to see your loophole while you are weak out, and she will continue to say, "Oh, can I put up with this?" After you have spent your years with that person, then that person now begin to think, "Oh, she grow angry very easily. Oh, she doesn't even listen when I talk to her. When I say let's do this, she will say no. She want to do this, so she want to do things on her own. I don't think I can. I don't think I can put up with her or with him. Why? Because you have stayed too long in that relationship. So everyone, your weakness is wide open to him or to her. Too much familiarity. That's when you date too long. Let me hear people saying something. Bebito and the more. Hey, what's up? How you doing, Bebito? How you doing? Thank you so much for joining. I thank everyone. I appreciate everyone for joining. But I want to see your comments. I want to see your thumb up. Give me thumb up, please. Okay, what happened if you get into a relationship? So I'm reading out to everybody's hearing now. Let me read the question that was posted right now. What happened if you get into a relationship and after sometimes you realize that the person is emotionally unstable as an adult? What do you do then? Before I answer the question, I want comments from people that are online already. Before I answer the question, I want someone from the line, please. Let's answer this question. If you have entered into a relationship and after sometimes, I don't know how many the time, maybe 2 years, 1 year or something, you realize that the person is emotionally unstable. Because when your emotion is unstable, you cannot stick to one girl, you cannot stick to one boy. When you jump from after a month, you jump from this to another, you see another beautiful one. Because you are looking for beauty, because you are looking for money, because you are looking for handsomeness, because you are looking for six pack, because you are looking for, you categorize all those things that you are looking for. Now let's answer this question. You are into a relationship, and after sometimes you realize that the person is not stable. So what do? Let me hear from people. Let me hear from you, please. Let me hear. Type your answer and let me hear before I talk, because I don't want to be the only one. This is interactive kind of classroom. You know, it's all in the classroom. Yeah. So this is kind of like, okay. Can someone think they are involved and not be? Mhm. Can someone think they are involved and not be? Now, these are the two questions. Let's answer before I finally do something about it. Hello, I need response, please. Okay. Pray to God for direction. Okay. Someone here says, pray to God. Someone says, pray to God for direction. Pray to God for direction. Someone said, pray to God for directions. Another, I want to hear more options. Okay. Timmy, I think you should communicate with God for the, okay, for the output. Okay, communicate with God. So all in the same direction. Pray to God, communicate with God, you know. Depend on how long your relationship has been. You know, depend on how long relationship has been. And is your relationship are you okay? Let me read another. Okay. I need a more comment. Okay, let's see. Yeah. So two answer now. One says pray to God for direction. The other one said communicate with God. So all both done the same way. Pray to God for direction, communicate with God. What are other things that you should do when you and now these two people that are in relationship, they are matured enough. You know, we are talking about maturity now. You have to be able to be matured enough to start relationship first. And before you start relationship, you may have had the convictions that yes, let me start a relationship with this person. You know, not those people that are not ready yet. Those people that are ready now, they start a relationship. That's the question. But they are not emotionally stable. They still hang around. They still look for, you know, someone else. They still look for who else is more preferable for them. Yes, yeah, Pastor Fumilayo, seek God counsel for divine direction. Yeah, seek God. See, everything born down on God. Seek God for divine direction, communicate with God, and pray to God. So everything, okay, another one, seek counsel to divine. Seek counsel, yes. Some people, you know, they lack counsel. You know, they don't want, because they don't have mentor. Let me say this. They don't have a mentor. Every youth, young adult, you have a mentor. Someone you can, apart from your parents. Yes, your parent is your first mentor, yeah. But apart from your parents, I'm talking now. We should have a mentor. I'm sorry. Everyone should have a mentor, please. All youth that are hearing me now, you have a mentor, someone you can relate with, someone you can talk to, someone who will not leak your secret out, because we have so many different types of mentors. There are some mentors that you will tell them about your issue, and before you know, you already hear it out there. No, none of that kind of mentorship. I'm talking about someone who is a spirit-filled person, who you can go to and tell. If it's mentor can be, it can be your age mate, it can be someone above you, it can be someone, you know, that you are above. It doesn't matter, but someone that is spirit-filled. You go to that person and table your matter. Go to God in prayer. And God will send someone, God will send a rhema to you. He will send words to you. And go to the mentor and say, oh, this is what is happening. I don't know what to do. That person will be able to counsel you more. And that person will not expose your nakedness to people out there. So, anything you tell that person, not reveal it. No, it's a secret between you and your mentor. Pray to God, then go to your mentor, because you have a mentor, someone who you talk to, who talk to you, apart from your parents, your spiritual mentor. Thank you. Somebody joined again. Abigail, it is for. Thank you so much, Abby. Okay, is it possible to love someone that does not love you? Yes or no? Is it? Can somebody answer the question? Is it possible? Somebody asked a question just now. Is it possible that does not love you? Yes or no? Now let's clarify this. Someone who loves you, is it in time of dating or generally someone? It could be your classmate, it could be your workmate, it could be someone general, or the person you are interacting with to become dating. Which one? Can you clarify which one is it? General family or general opinion or in relationship aspect? Someone in love. Because love, okay, you may not love them. Okay, you may not love them. Maybe you are just okay, infatuated. Okay. Um, if you love, okay, another answer to your question now. You may not love them, you may not love them. Maybe you are just infatuated. You see, that's another answer that Timmy said it is okay. If you do not feel the same way, it's best to let go. I think yes. Thank you so much. You guys are getting it. It's in time of relationship. This so someone said if they do not feel the same way, it's best to let go. Let me tell you something. If you are into a relationship with someone, a relationship that we end to dating, that we to courtship, that we end to marriage. So if you're in a relationship with someone and that person, you love that person dearly, and that person did not like you or did not love you, I don't think that is called relationship. Because that person should be able to love you too. We're not talking about someone who was already in marriage. That's another kind of thing. If you're already in a marriage, into marriage relationship, and you are thinking, oh, my husband loved me. I love my husband. My husband did not love me back. That one is another case of his own, because the no go area. You are no going. How do we say? You ain't going anywhere. So that case, you have to continue to pray for God to break your husband down, because you have the capability of breaking him down. You are not the maker. So it's better you carry the matter to God in prayer and say, God, this is my husband that you have given me. Remote him, reshape him. Now, that is in marriage case. Now you are into relationship, not yet married. You are into relationship, and that relationship I want to see you are is you are in love with each other, so you want to become familiar with each other, and you get to know that that person did not like you at all, but you are the only one that like that person. It's better to call it a day. It's better to call it a day, because if you have except if you have prayed, if you have prayed and you have the confirmation that, oh, this is my husband, you have the confirmation, and you take the matter to your mentor, and your mentor also help you to pray about it. Your mentor will be kind of let me see, watching to see if that is true or not. And if that is true, you go back to God again. Is this really who you have for me? God never leave you. It will never leave you in darkness. So it's better to call it a day. There's no any prayer if that person did not like you. Because if you enter into dating and into courtship and final stage of relationship, which is marriage, and you are thinking it's going to change after you you married. No, no. That person, if the person will change, that person change from outside. I know some people maybe pretend, but if you're a child of God, God, you will always be vindicated. God will always be showing you signs that you will know. Yes, another, let me see. Okay. It is okay, but it doesn't make sense to waste your time. Loving someone who doesn't feel the same. Maybe it's God that preventing it because He knows the person is not right for you. Can you see that? That's another answer. If you are saying that I read when you are dating, please put on your spiritual glasses and look very well, see very well. There are some things that you look for. Don't let any love blindfold you. Loving Tokyo, don't let it blindfold you. Look very well when you are in dating. Look very well if that person, study the person clearly. Study the person clearly. If that person like you or not, if that person love you or not, you will know. If that person didn't love you when you are outside, do you think when you are inside the person will love you? When you are now become when you become one and wife, the person who's going to like you or is going to love you? No. Let me hear from you guys. Let me hear from you. No. Yeah, to let go because you are still out. You are still out there. You are not in yet. You are not bound by marriage covenant yet. You are not bound by marriage covenant yet. You are not. So let me hear more comments, please. You may not love the person. Maybe you are just yeah. But you just do your own best. If you love someone and that person didn't love you, just keep the relationship at the level of friendship. At what? At the level of friendship. We have four categories of friendship relationship. Four kinds of relationship that we have. We have friendship, dating, courtship, and marriage relationship. So leave it at the level of friendship. If that person, didn't like you, he didn't love you, and you love person, leave it at the relationship of friendship. Leave the relationship like that. Friendship, because you cannot hate, don't hate anyone. Don't hate anyone. Just leave, okay, not me, but yes, yeah, I know it may not be, when someone asks question, it may not be you, per se, but maybe it happens to your friend or it happens to someone. You can ask, you can help those your friends to ask the question here. This is a open forum that people can talk, people can say their own opinion. We are all in the classroom of learner. We learn every day. Yes, I receive another comment. Yeah. What if you are dating someone that doesn't trust you with the opposite gender? Trust is the foundation of the whole issue. You have to be able to trust one another. It's the foundation of the whole issue. You have to be able to trust, even in dating, you have to be able to trust who you are dating. You have to be able to trust who you are courting. Because that's the foundation. Even in marriage, you have to be able to trust your husband or trust your wife. You know, don't think negatively. Don't. And if that person is doing something irrational, otherwise, it will be open to the opposite, you. It will be open to the you, and you will know. And that person will not have any cause to deny. Will not be able to deny because the secret will be quite open. There's no how the person can deny it. So trust. You guys have to be able to trust each other, and that's why immediately people enter into dating, not even courtship, because courtship and the both family already aware of the whole scenario that our children and your children are in love. They already aware of it. But in dating, both of them can still be keeping it secret. We don't want anyone to know now. But when you are in dating, please let your mentor know. whoever you choose to become your mentor, let that person know. Could be a man, could be a woman, could be a girl, could be a boy. Let that mentor know, spirit-filled person that will not leak your secret out, that will not say, mommy, so. Do you hear what your daughter said or what your son said? No, not kind of that person. A mentor should be able to keep your secret to everyone around you. So let the person know that, I'm in love with so person and that we started dating already. So that person will be guiding both of you, because both of you will now know your mentor. So you have mentor for both of you. And both are the agreements. You have to choose based on both of your agreements. Let's agree. Let's choose somebody, this person to be our mentor. And now both of you now, once you start dating, both of you now will begin to go to that person once in a while, cancel, when that person will now be putting you through from day one of your relationship, will now be canceling you. Even when, let me say something. I don't know how best can I say this. Even when you are in dating, there are sometimes that you have intensive fellowship. You know what I refer to as intensive fellowship? Intensive fellowship is like a misunderstanding. I call it intensive fellowship. Even when you have intensive fellowship, it's that person that you carry your matter to, not calling your friend. Abby, do you hear what James did to me? No, your friend can't do anything if James do that to you. But your mentor, you'll be able to say, oh, when something happened, and your mentor will be able to say, oh, how did it happen? They will now be able to call that boy and resolve the matter. Then you continue your friendship again. You understand me? So it's to have a mentor. If you don't have one, you need a mentor, spirit-filled person that will not leak your secrets. Let me repeat again. Person that will not leak your secrets, because it's secret between you and your spirit and your mentor. Spirit-filled person. It could be anybody, but spirit-filled person that will not leak your secret. Yes. What if you are dating someone that doesn't trust? Okay, we already dealt with that. You trust you with some people are so jealous when you are dating someone. Some people are so jealous that when they see you with another man, even it happened in marriage, when you already marry someone, you already bind with marriage covenant. It happens also when that some people do that. When that person see you with opposite gender, begin to think of, is my wife having a relationship with this person? You understand. But if both of you are spirit filled, you will not think about that, because you know what your wife can do. You know what your husband can do. So now back to relationship. It happens. It happens, and it's because of the love that person has for you that make that person to jealous and say, oh, you know what? Why are you moving? I see that boy testing you all the time, and I see you together. Even when you were in the church, he talked to you, and you talk. You understand what I'm saying? So that person is let me say kind of jealousy. I would say love jealous. How best can I put that? You know. So it's happened like that. But that person, if that's why it's good to have a mentor. If you have a mentor, then that person will now be able, your mentor will be able to explain that nothing is going on with them, so, and so. They're just friends. I say you can have friends. I have thousands of friends, and I have different levels that I fix everyone, different level. Friends they have level in friendship. So I have friend level of friendship for everyone. People are my friends. I have many friends, but categories, they're different categories. So now, so that's you should be able to trust one another. Be able to trust one another. Yes, let me read another one. Okay. What if you are dating someone and that's who trusts you? Yeah, I think that's the Eddie. I don't have a mentor. You need a mentor. If you don't have it, please, you need a mentor. You need someone who you can talk to honestly. Because when something is bothering you as youth, you guys go through stress too. Youth go through stress, adults go through stress, children go through stress, teenagers go through stress. And when you are going through all this stress and you don't have someone who can tell you the truth, reality of life, if you don't have someone, you'll just be harboring something that is not good in your mind. You'll just be harboring it. You'll just be, something that is not good. You just be in your mind. And by the time you know, by the time you bust out, it's going to be disastrous. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to, even it's not good for your health. It's not good for your health. Keeping things that is bothering you, that is paining you, when you keep it too long, it affects your health. Psychologically, it affects your brain. It affects the whole thing. It affects environment. It affects whatever you're doing. So you need a mentor. Even the adults have a mentor. I have a mentor. Everyone should have a mentor. Someone you can call and say, oh, this is this. Your friend can be your mentor if they are spirit filled. It could be anyone from your church. It could be, someone, but you have to study them to know who they are before you choose someone to become your mentor. But you need a mentor. You need it. Let me tell you something to shock you out. The pastors, all the leaders, all the apostles, every one of them, they have somebody they can relate with. They have mentor too. They have a mentor. If you ask them, go ask them, ask them questions. They have somebody who they can talk to, who they can relate with. So you need someone, and when you start dating, you need them most. You need a mentor most. Because two of you, if anything happens, you carry it to your mentor, and your mentor will be able to advise you and put you on the track, so that you fall. Yes. So you need one, please. You need one. It could be anybody. You just tell the person, I want you to be my mentor. And that's it. And since if the person understands, is a spirit-filled person, will understand what you mean. And will be able to be constantly, not every time we'll calling you. Where are you? Where are you? Are you there? Are you in your school? I know. From time to time, we'll be able to call you. How you doing? Everything all right? Are you okay? That's how mentors should be. That's how mentors should be. So what? I need a comment. I need comment, please. Please write something. Okay. Okay. Based on your, I like this one, Timmy. Thumb up for you because you ask so many questions. I like people who can challenge and ask questions. I love people asking questions because that question will generate answer. Yes. Let me read this now. Based on your discussion, how long should you date, Toma? How long? Now, preferably for me, I would say 2 years of dating. The very day you see someone, that's not the first day you say, let's start dating. That's not how it comes. We have 4 categories of relationship. 4 categories, maybe you need 4 categories of relationship. Number 1 is friendship. Friendship can last for years, for donkey years. Friendship can last for donkey years. You start with friendship. Then from the friendship now, when you now see that, oh, this may be compatible with me. I think we have similar faith. We have the same faith. We believe in the same thing. We anchor towards the same thing. And, you take another step. That boy may take another step to dating. Now, from dating, you are learning, you are becoming familiar. You love each other now. Can you see? Dating, you love each other now. Love has set in now. You begin to love one another. And you start dating. Dating. Strictly friendship without benefits. Strictly friendship without benefits. You start dating. When you start dating, to become familiar with each other, you become familiar with each other. You are now dating so that you practicing how relationship in dating can work out with this person. How the relationship that we end up into what? Into courtship and into marriage. You are learning, you are practicing it, you are learning you know, familiar, know the person, that's dating. Then from dating now you move to courtship. In courtship, when you get to the courtship, that's the climax. Your parents already aware of this in courtship. Your parents already aware of it that, oh, my children and our children and your children, let's set up an introduction date, an engagement date. That is you're entering into courtship. Then from courtship now, final stage, which is the marriage relationship. Now, so I would say 2 years. 2 years. You start with friendship. So the friendship can last for many years, it can last for 5 years. It's friendship without benefit anyway. But when you enter into dating, that means you're in love with each other. You're in love with each other. And that shouldn't last more than 2 years. It shouldn't last more than 2 years when you already set up your motive. You already let each other knows what is our mission. Our mission, I love you, you love me. Then you start to date. You start to date at that time, familiar with each other, study each other. So now, so that's 2 years for me. Except if someone is in school of medicine, engineering course that will last them for 5 years or something that will delay the dating. And if that should be the case, then you have to be watchful so that your bed you will not defile your bed. Your bed will be honorable and undefined. That's why you should have a mentor when you start dating. So now, based on your discussion, how long? 2 years. 2 years, because when you date, that's when you date too long. When you date too long, I already said it before. When you date too long, you will be familiar with each other. Too much of familiarity set in, and if too much of familiarity set in, then it will resemble marriage. Imagine someone dating for 10 years, dating for 5 years, 7 years. It's already resemble marriage because you already. Where are you? Please come. I want to go to social place. My car is not good. Can you take me there? Because of your familiarity, you've dated too long. You are there. So another person, you may go to the person's house and say, "Oh, let me cook for you. Let me cook. Oh, you don't have stew in your fridge. Let me cook before I go. Let me cook this. Let me do this. Let me do your laundry. Let me do this." Because of the too much familiarity, you date too long. And you know what? When you date too long, that person already read your mind, knows you in and out. Your weakness, he already know. He know your bad attitude. He know your bad character. And if that attitude or bad character, after some times, maybe dating after 10 years, that person will say, "You know what? I don't think, I'm so sorry. I don't want to disappoint you before, but I don't think we are compatible. Or I don't think I hear from God." Now they will say they didn't hear from God because, because they see something to tie to. Then they say, "Oh, I don't hear from God. I don't think." For how long? For this why you've been dating for 7 years? So it's now that you want to tell me that you didn't hear from God now? So where do you want me to go? And now conflicts will start. Because that person, the conflicts will now start. Because that person sees you are being exposed, your character, your behavior, your whatever, he has been exposed to it. And now, after 7 years of dating, he now say, "I don't think I can put up with this anymore. No, I don't think I can go further. Let's call it a day. Let's call it a day." And you begin to say, especially we ladies, you begin to say, "Oh my God, for this why we've been together, this is what you're gonna do to me, what you're gonna do to me." Let me tell you, men, they don't care. They don't care. They just say it. But we ladies, we're too emotional. We think so much. We cry. We say, "Oh my God, is this how you're gonna leave me? I've been with you for 5 years. I've been with you I don't help you out sometimes. You don't have change in your pocket. I put change for you in your pocket. I do this for you. I do that for you. Is this what you're gonna pay me back?" Because you have dated too long. Too long of dating is not a good idea at all. It's not. It's not. Once you pray and that person is the right person, you are compatible. Your belief is the same belief. You are both of you have a good relationship with God. Everything is settled. If you have good relationship with God, both of you, In fact, when both of them have relationship with God, 99% of their issue will be solved. Because once if anyone is angry or have intensive fellowship, you know what I mean by that? Intensive fellowship, misunderstanding. If they have misunderstanding, they will be able to resolve it within the two, because do not let the rot be named among you. They will take their Bible, they have to pray, they have to read their Bible. And if you want to read the Bible, you can't have grudges and be doing that. So that's why I said, if both parties are their faith is the same, and they believe the same God, they have Jesus as their Lord and Savior, so they are compatible. Even if they have intensive fellowship, they will always come back. They will also resolve it. They will resolve it. And that's why married people, we stay there. We hang in there. We stay there because we know who we believe. That is only God can change anyone. That's when you are into it. But when you are not into it yet, and you stay too long in dating, it's not a good idea. No, to stay too long is not a good idea. Because the friction, or the what do I call it? What they're supposed to overlook when you are in marriage, what our husband overlooked, what I overlooked in the life of my husband, and I said, well, that is it. And my husband sometimes he overlooks some things, complain about some things, and when we fed up, he overlook it, because we're into it already. But when you are dating too long, it will not be overlooked. Let me tell you, it will not be overlooked. All those small mistakes will not be overlooked. He will now find a fault because he already know you. And let me tell you, let me shock you out. When your bed is defiled, that's the case again. When your bed is defiled, then he will say, what else do I need from you? What else do I need? I need a new brand, a new brand of girl. And started talking. And it's we ladies that we are ashamed of ourselves. And that's why you need a mentor, that will carry you along. So 2 years maximum, 2 years. When you start to date, that's when you start to date. Remember, start with friendship. Friendship lasts for donkey years. Start with friendship. But once you enter into dating, it shouldn't last for 2 years. That's okay. It's enough. Yeah, 2 years is enough. Is enough. Let me read some of the comments so that people are chipping in. Okay. Based on your discussion, okay, 2 years. Okay, do you necessarily have to date for 2 years? No, you don't necessarily have to date for 2 years, but 2 years, that's a suggested year. You can date for 3 years. You can date for, when you are dating for 3 years, 5 years, then there should be a reason behind. Why would you be dating for 5 years? Why? Then there should be a reason behind it. Probably someone is in the school and you will maybe, like school of medicine, they spend, I think, 5 years or 7 years. I'm not. So I don't know how many years they spend there. Maybe 7 years, 5 years. Understandable. And communication will go on. Maybe engineering course that we let them stay 5 years or something. Yes. But they should have a mentor who will be guiding them, who will be, telling them what to do. So not necessarily 2 years, but at most, it's a suggested year when you enter into dating. I'm in love with you. I am in love with you. And that love should be able to result to marriage. If you are in love with someone, it should result in marriage. I'm in love with you, it should be the kind of that we end to marriage. So not necessarily it could be 3 years, it could be 4 years, but ideally 2 years. It's okay. 1 year, 2 years when you enter into. Okay, based on your okay. It doesn't necessary to have 2 years. No. Okay, what if it is a healthy relationship? Yes, and it is last longer than 2 years. If it's a healthy relationship, good. If it's a healthy relationship, in fact, because you want to set up your priority first, you want to set up your goal. You want, this is what we want. Two of you Work hand in hand. Oh, before we do this, let's set this priority, right. Let's set this priority right. If your relationship is healthy and sound and ethic, you know what I mean by that, then you can go more than 2 years. You can go 3 years, you can go 4 years, but make sure it shouldn't stay too long. It shouldn't stay too long, because when you stay too long in relationship, it looks like marriage. It looks like marriage, and trust me, the, the weakness will be exposing little by little. Everyone, we have our weakness, we have our strength. Let me tell you, no one will say with the boast that me, I only have strength. All my something is I have no. We every one of us, we have our weakness, we have our strength. Some people, they cannot condone a person's weakness. They cannot stand it. And when they date too long, then they will depart at last, because they already see the nakedness of that person. Thank you so much. Let me read another. Okay, if it tells you, carry on, but have a mentor. Okay, yes, ma. I believe in having a level of similar goals, so you do not have to compromise your value. Compatibility. You both of you have to have similar goals. Yes. And that's why when you are dating, you have to ask so many questions. So many questions you have to ask. That's another day. That's another topic. What to ask when you are dating. Some people don't know what to ask. They just say, let's go eat. Go eat. Go eat all the time. While you are eating, what do? You just keep quiet? You just keep shut? No. There are so many things you ask, so many things you discuss while you are dating. That will be another topic of itself. So don't compromise your value, your value. Don't compromise your belief, your faith. Let me read another. Hey, please, what? Thank you so much for joining. You see, I I just talking. I didn't even look to the side where the comment is. Thank you so much for Lizzie Ward. Thank you. That's right. Thank you, Abigail. Okay, from Mrs. Juliana Alagui. Okay, okay. More grace of God. Okay, in for your life. Okay, for the good impact in the life of the youth. Thank you so much, man. That's my big sister from Nigeria. Thank you so much. Lizzie Ward, thank you so much. 10 years. 10 years came. Hey, that is marriage. That is resemble marriage. Marriage resemblance. That's what we call that. When you are dating for 10 years, marriage resemblance. And you know what? Thank God if your bed is not different. I'm sure. 10 years? Thank God if your bed is not different. Thank God. In my previous video, I no one want to jump into sexual immorality. I said no one's, it's always by sliding. No one jump into it. Yes, you are believers. Yes, both of you have same belief. Yes, both of you believe in God. You believe in the principle of God concerning relationship, concerning marriage. Yes, but when you are too long with each other, when you are too long, too familiarity, I pray no one will come down, honestly speaking, because by the time it starts from somewhere. Let me read another comment. If you talk to God, everything is possible. Everything is possible for the Odikwa. Queen Lizzie Ward, what is this Odikwa risky? Risky. She says it's a risky. I think Odikwa is that Igbo or Bini language? I think she's speaking Bini language now here, but she already translated it in English. Risky. It's risky, though. It's risk. It's a risk for you to date 10 years, 7 years. It's risky. Not that you don't want, not that you want to do it. No, but gradually you will slide into it. Gradually you will slide into it. Not that you want to do it. If you talk to God, okay, everything is possible. Someone says if you talk to God, everything will be possible. Easy word. That's absolutely correct, man. Thank you so much. I need comment. Thank you. Because when you are giving me comments and you're giving me questions, you are jamming up. You are, giving me fuel in my engine and let my engine of cast rolling. Queen Lizzie Ward. That's absolutely correct, ma. Okay, Queen Lizzie Ward. That happens to a cosmate of mine. You see? So even it happens to some people too. You see? It happens, say it happens to one of our cosmates. See? Dating too long is not. Queen Lizzie Ward. After 2 years of relationship with the guy, okay, this virgin her, okay, told her that she is the reason she is not progressing. Did you hear? This is a lesson for any youth that is on the platform right now. This is a comment. Queen Lizzie Ward said, after 2 years, why I say too long of dating is not good. He said after 2 years, after 2 years of relationship of dating with the guy disvirgin her. Is the guy that disvirgin this lady. And after long time ago, after disvirgin, you know when they disvirgin, they say, you are the sugar in my tea. You are the cockroach in my cupboard. You are the only one, if not you. If not you, I like to, since I like you so much, if we didn't do this thing, how would my love grew higher? So let's do it. Let's do it. Nobody will know. You're not going to be pregnant. Once doesn't, like people will say, once doesn't necessary to become a pregnant. No, you won't. And this lady agreed. She was disvirgined. And after some times again, told her that she is the reason she's not progressing. Can you see? Making unnecessary excuse now come up because they date too long. Now unnecessary excuse come up. He will now later the girl. He now go out and look for another opeke, another obeke, another what adjective can I use to qualify it? He will now go out and look for another person, and you are become abandoned property. You become abandoned property. You know what happened to the lady? The lady now will not cry. After crying, will now wipe up the tears and said, you know what? I'm just gonna fall for anyone that comes my way right now. Because she's already been jilted. And now she's if anybody and say, yes, you want to marry me? Yeah, I want to marry you too. And you know what happened? You know the end of it because you don't the real man that you fall to, you don't know what kind of man that person is. And then okay, let me read another one. See, that's a lesson. We are learning. I'm learning too. We are learning here, from this platform. Thank you. Okay, is a friend of mine loving someone that does not. Okay, I understand. I don't understand if your friend that's loving her. Queen Lizzie Ward. I laugh too. This is your Benin something. Queen Lizzie Ward. I am on it. Said well. Well, because all these comments, all these questions you are giving is like a fuel in my engine, and you make me the engine of my car running, and I'm excited, because this is what I love to do. Queen Lizzie Ward was all our year in college. She was invited. After school, this happened. You see now, this is a friend comment for her friends right here. She said, let me read it out. Probably, I don't know if you guys can see it on your platform. He said, what pains me most, what pains her most is that all years they've been dating in college. And she was a virgin. So all these years, all this while she was a virgin in college, she went to the college, she finished college, she's virgin. And after she finished the school, then this happened. And after this happened, they still continue friendship. And now you said, I'm behind your progress. It's you that you're making me not to be progressive in life. So I don't think I can put up with you. After this batching me, what do you mean? And what will the girl do? There's no power. There's no power other than to repent and start afresh. Repent and don't go back to it again and start afresh. And start asking God that, Lord, I know that I've made a mistake. Now I need the bone of my bone. I need the one that you just for my life. Please let me meet the person. Queen Lizzie Ward, silly girl. Yeah, poor girl. Pastor Mrs. Fumilayo Joshua, costly mistake. Yes, so do not be a rush. Okay, rushing to introduce him to your parents. So that's another suggestion here for the youth here. Is Pastor Mrs. Joshua Fumilayo Bolaji, my sister. She said, costly mistake in dating. He said, do not be in rush. Well, even when you are in dating, do not rush. Do not rush it. Do not rush it. Make sure you get all the necessary certificates before you know, you enter into it. He said, do not be in rush. Rushing to introduce him to your parents. You know, some people they'll be in rush when they are dating. You don't when you are dating, you don't need to introduce to parents. It's when you introduce to your mentor, not your parents. But when you are in courtship, you introduce to your parents. Because courtship is the final peak that is that's higher rank of relationship before marriage. You introduce them, that's when the two family will know. Right on, ma. I'm learning. Thank you so much. I'm learning too. We're all learning. Happiness. Oh, you have to say happiness. Oh, that's my cousin. I'm learning too. And everyone is learning here on this platform. We're all learning. Please know who you are. Don't just fall in love when you are not ready. And when you are ready, put up your spiritual glasses. Queen Lizzie Ward, mommy, I have my opinion in regards to introducing. But okay, say your own opinion. Write it for me, please. My opinion in regards to introducing to parents. Okay, Francis Alagbe. Oh, my cousin, hey, Canadian, all the way from Canada. Thank you for joining, Shola. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. We are discussing about crucial topic that will be beneficiary for every youth, every single. I don't want anyone to fall into a bad relationship. I don't want. I like to see everyone having their own wife, having their own husband, peacefully enjoying their marital home, heaven on earth in marital bliss. That's what I want to look. I'm looking for, honestly. That is what I like to see. That's what in the next episode that I will be bringing, we will discuss about what boys should look for in dating in the life of our ladies, and ladies too, what they should look for in the life of our boys. What are the things that you look for? Not only go to the restaurant and eat, not only going to McDonald's and buy burgers, not only going to where do we go to cheese factory cake, you know, and have your best cream, cookie and cream. No, but there are so many things that are important that you need to discuss, that you need to look for. It will be another topic for us. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Shola. Thank you, Shola. Thank you, Shola. You can tell your brother, tell your sister in the line, or probably you are using the same phone with your sister. That's fine. Queen Lizzie Ward. Okay. It depends on, Queen Lizzie Ward said, it depends on the relationship of the child with the parent. Yes. It depends on the relationship of the child with the parent. You know, in my, I don't know, I have my video that I talk about relationship with the parents. That you should create a relationship, a cordial relationship with parents, with their children, so that when the children will be able to explain to them what they are going through, about dating, who they want to date, or who they are in relationship with, friendship. Your parents should be able to know all your friends, you know, all your friends. And when that friend become, you know, catapult, escalate to dating, you let your parents know about it too. That mommy, you know that my friend that I'm talking about, that my schoolmate or that my college mate, you know, we are he say he likes me and we want to start to date now. That's when if you have a relationship with your mom. But if you don't have a relationship with your mom and dad, it will be too hard for you. You will not be able. If it's the mom that nag, or if the mom say, "Hey, is that what I sent you? I sent it to school. I sent it. Hey, this is what you want to say. You want to marry that person? Hey, that person that's not good. Are they the one choosing for you? No." So that's why parents should have a good relationship with their kids, so that their kids will be able to tell them everything. And you know, this is not for. I guess all youth have many here. When I talk to parents, I will talk to them on their own level, that they should not be nagging on their kids. They should understand their kids very well. Understand their kids' emotional strength. Let me read. Yes. Clearly what? If the person never said he wants to marry me, good. Okay. I don't hide anything from it. You see, this is a Christian home. I'm talking about a home now. Now, this our Queen Lisa said when she was dating her husband, she's married now. She's married. So when she was dating, that she let her dad knows about it. She let her dad knows about it that this is what is happening because her dad have designing spirit. The dad can design or what God says about it. Is it good or bad? He will know it. Some people like that. We should all have this signing spirit. When you are a child of the Most High God, if you don't have the signing spirit, you don't be for anything. He said that's why he told the dad, and the dad, so she doesn't hide anything from her dad, which is kudo to you. If you come from Christian home and you know your dad and mom, they are spiritually filled, there's nothing you can hide from them. Tell them. They will be able to counsel you more. And if you have your mentor, tell your mentor too. Queen Liz was okay at me. Okay, okay. Are you okay? Okay, you are absolutely right. Yes, discovering yourself before dating. Discovering yourself before dating. Who are you? What is your attributes? What is your relationship with God? And the person you want to date, what is his own attributes? What is his own relationship with God? Not those that pretend. Pretender always be the worst. But what is the attribute? Study that person. Even when that person is not looking at you, even when that person doesn't know that you are observing or you are studying him or her. Does that person spirit filled? Uh-huh. Big sister said, okay, servant David. How are you, my brother? Okay, yes, it is for both men and women. Okay, wait, I think I skipped one. Thank you, Big Sis. Okay, Servant David, thumb up. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Servant David, thank you so much. Okay, I've been here for the past 15 minutes listening, and this topic goes for both women and men. Yes, even when you take your time paying, even when you take your time paying, and all of what we can still end up with wrong one. Servant David says, even when you do this, it can still end up with wrong one. See, when you end up with, you don't normally, if you can't, I don't think you can't end up with wrong one. Let me tell you something. When you know your attributes, you are a child of the Most High God, and you know you have right standing with God. You are not the one that dashing that out. You are fully into it. You pray to God, and God will answer you in different ways. If God wants you to marry that person, you will see that you will stay. You will stay till you enter into dating and you enter into marriage. And if God did not want you, if that's not compatible it's not the wish of God for your life, then that person, something will happen, something that will demarcate you, something will happen that will separate you. I'm a living witness. Let me tell you something. That's another topic on its own. I'm a living witness. I prayed that, Lord, help me as small as I am that time. Lord, help me. Give me the bone of my bone, the flesh of my flesh, who will be my future partner, And believe you me, God did it miraculously. Something happened. If this person is mine, let me know God. If this person, and that will be another topic. I'm going to come back to that. So you will definitely know. You will not end up in the wrong one with wrong ones. If you are right standing with God, and you pray, God will always show you. If not telling you, God talk to us in different ways. He can talk to you through the word of God, the dream, through vision, through discernment. God will talk to you in different, in one of these avenues, and you will know that this is the right person for me. And right person for you doesn't mean that when you marry and you are in each other, you are in their house as a married couple. That doesn't mean that you don't have intensive fellowship. Intensive fellowship. You know what I mean? Misunderstanding. Intense fellowship. That doesn't mean that something will not come up. If something come up, both of you are in Christ. So both of you will know how to fix it. You will know how to come back to it, how to amend yourself, how to resolve conflict. Resolution will become your watchman. That's when both of you are in the same belief. It's when one is one belief, the other one is another belief, incompatible, and you come together, there will be friction, and you have to begin to bind and loose, and you have to begin to say, God, help me. You understand me? Let me some come again. Oh, we have a lot of comments there. Thank you, Big Sis, because you are helping me to answer some comments on the and Lizzie, well, you are helping me out to answer some comments that I. So it's for both. We are talking about both ladies and boys too. Yes, we are talking both. Okay. Yes, it's for both. Yes. Queen Lizzie Ward. Hope you hope your chair is full. That's okay. Oh my God. The Big Sis all the way in the front. Thank you, Big Sis, all the way in the front. Yes. Okay, Servant David. Okay, I'm married once. Okay, I'm married once. Then God divorced. Said, okay, God divorced. Said, I will never do again. Yeah, I put who meet a woman who I still say God sent for me. Okay, even though we divorced, if it wasn't for her. Okay. Servant word. I hear what you say. I'm going to read it out. He married, and after marriage, he married someone. Probably when you go into that marriage, probably you did not pray to God for the right partner before, maybe loving Tokyo. Some people they do that. It's a mistake. Some people made a mistake once. And we are serving God, a merciful God. We are serving God of mercy. God of mercy we are serving. You go into this thing. I don't know probably what you see in that lady that you go into this lady, what you see. Maybe probably you have something in mind when you go into this lady. Maybe I don't know what drive you to marry that lady for the first instance. I talked in my previous video. I talk about what drives you into marriage, why some people rush into marriage. That's not what you did not. Be patient enough to see to hear from God, or to see which one God has destined for your life. I know you will say you will never do it. Yeah, I know you put God. Yes, you put God. You will still do it. You will still have someone if you want to, because marriage is not by force anyway. It's not by force. Your kingdom of God is not. There's no marriage in the kingdom. There's no children in the kingdom. All end here on earth. All end here on earth. We marry. We have children. When we marry, we are trying to build up our relationship and build up our relationship with our spouse. We're building up the relationship with God also. And our children coming up on board is we're trying to train them, because family is a training ground for the children, so that when they go out there, they are able to face the world. They are ready, built, and ready to face the world. That's what marriage. So you can, if you want, you can still do it. You can say you will never. You can still do it, but now you know what you look for. Now you know that if I want to go into marriage, now I know what I look for, and I know that I have to seek the face of God concerning whoever I consider to be my husband, or I consider to be my wife. Sorry, but to be my wife. It's not. I would have it. Wouldn't have it. I know you wouldn't have it. And I did been that time. I did been you have this thing. See, many divorce that we are seeing these days is because the marriage, those couples, they don't have a mentor. If they had a mentor, Before, when the issues is matters arises, issues is coming up gradually, because the bridge will not collapse in one day. It starts cracking. The whole house will not collapse in one day. It starts from cracking wall. When you did not amend the cracking wall and the wall is going down cracking, by the time you know, the whole house will collapse. So, but when you amend the cracking wall before it collapses, it will stand. So this person, as a married couple, you need a mentor that you can relate with, or someone who can talk to your wife, or someone who can talk to your husband for you. You don't just do things by yourself. That's some divorces occur when they don't have anybody around them. And that issue is just does not just come in a day. The issues have been there gradually undealt with issues has been gradually. Eddie message retreated. Okay, Eddie Maker. I don't know the message, but the message is taken out. Probably, there are some comments, there's some message that the YouTuber doesn't want people to be putting on the comment. Probably that's the reason why they took the message out. Timmy A. Okay, at Servant David, I believe it is never too late. Yes, to start over, talking to God's help. Yes, it's never too late. See, you are here. This is another comment. It's never too late to start all over. Never too late. I told us that we are serving a merciful God. A merciful God. You just go to God and say, Lord, I know I've made a mistake. Here am I. Here am I. I've come again. Now you will know more better. You will do more better. It's not never too late. Servant David, tell me, of course it helps. Yes, it helps. It helps. It helps. It helps. Have a mentor, and again, you be attending Servant David, if you can be able to, if you can attend marriage seminar. There are so many marriage seminars that they organize. They talk about all these things in marriage seminar, so that once you have, in fact, I recommend all couples, both old and new, especially the new. Well, let me say both old and new. Please be attending seminars. Even the youth, single, the youth, the young adult, please be attending seminars. Read book, inspirational book that will lift your spirit up in regards to youth. Single A. You can see so many books written about singles, so many books written about young adults. Read book, go to attend seminars, meetings, youth meetings. Attend it, because they discuss so many things, so many issues arises there, and they discuss it over there. Attend it. So, Samantha David, I would recommend for you to read book regards to marriage book regards to marriage before you step into, read book about marriage, attend marriage seminar, so that you can and have a mentor, spiritual field person as a mentor. Abigail, Ma, okay, is it a good idea to focus on my study, finish with my study, have a good job before being in a relationship? This is another question. You see, I didn't even look at the time. This is another question. Is it good? Is it a good idea? Please, whole house, classroom. We're all in the classroom anyway. Classroom, whole house. Help out with this before I answer it. He said, is it good idea to focus on my study? Is it good idea to focus on my study? Finish with my studies, then have a good job before being into any kind of relationship at all? Is it good idea? I need comment. Is it a good idea to finish my study? We talk about don't go dating, dating when you are not ready, and when you are ready for it, don't stay too long. Yeah, let me see. Okay, Servant David, host. I've read many books and I'm well knowledgeable. Thank you of many things. It's like you are preaching. No. Generally, because some people are still learning from you, from your own experience. So people are still learning. So when we talk like that, we talk generally so that people can pick, here and there. Some people they ask questions, not that it happens to them. It happens to someone they knew. It happens to maybe one of their friends, and they help their friends to answer the question. So that's what then we answer. When we answer it, then we answer it generally so that people can pick. And if anyone in the platform and knows anyone out there that's facing similar issues like this, they'll be able to say, "Oh, can't you do it this way? Can't you do it that way?" You know. Okay. So now let's answer these questions. Is it a good idea to now finish with my studies a good job before being in a relationship? Okay, sorry. Thank you, Servant David. Thank you so much. I know you. If you are not a pastor, you become a pastor. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your knowledge and for sharing with us. Queen Lizzie Ward, Abigail, as a female, it's good to be sensitive to your environment. You never know when the right person will come. Okay, you never know when the right person will come. It said be sensitive to your environment. Who is that one that is hiring you? Who is that one that says, "Oh, I want us to go out, I want us to start dating." Who that person, study that person, look at the environment. You can never know when the right person will come. Some people they will say, "Oh, I don't want to start dating now. I don't want to have anything to do about relationship or about friendship right now. I want to focus on my study. I want to go on medicine school. I want to do this. I want to do that. So when I finish, then I will now come." And by the time they finish, and they come, and nobody else to talk to, nobody. So you never know. You never knew. Okay, I need another comment. More comment, please. More comment. More comment. Hello. More comment. Servant David, what do you have to say? Okay. Oh, you are freeborn of you. I was about to call you Servant David because that help. But host, okay, one can go to as many seminar meetings, counseling as okay that they want, but it takes two. It takes two. Yes, but okay. That is to want it to work. Yes, if only one works from me, and it work. Yeah, one. Yes. It takes two to tango. When you are going to seminar, you're reading a book, you're reading a magazine concerning dating or concerning courtship or concerning marriage. Even that person, the opposite sex too, should be going to. Both of them, it takes two to tango. That's why I say it takes two to tango. Both of you need it. You need so that both of you will be on the same page. You'll be on the same page, on the same platform. And when both of you be on the same platform, everything will be rosy, will be good. And that's why I said when anyone enter into a relationship, could be maybe dating relationship or courtship relationship, they should have a mentor. When they have a mentor, that's kind of it's a kind of close seminar. The seminar doesn't necessarily to be thousands of people in the gathering. It can be two of you with your mentors. You know, that's why they should have a mentor. You know, they should both agree. Both of them have to agree. Two, it takes two to tango. Both of them have to agree. Servant, I agree. Yes, because if one is pulling it up and the other one is pulling it up, you ain't going nowhere. Both of you have to pull it up so that you will reach wherever you want to go. You will attain the purpose of God for your life. Your destiny will be fulfilled together. Iron sharpened, yes, iron sharpened iron. Iron sharpened iron and make it to be sharper. Yeah. Sometimes we want someone and there's something so bad, and we pray for it, and the God, your pastor now. But if Servant David, you hearing me? If you are not, you can be fast. See what Servant David said. He says sometimes we want someone, and we want something so bad, and we pray for it, And God said no. You see, sometimes we pray because you already have pre-notion of what you already see that beautiful girl, you already see that handsome six-pack boy, and you say, wow, I want to go out with him. I want to go out with her. Yes, this is it. You know, without paying attention to what God has in stock for you. Is it really? Yes, it may be handsome. He may have six pack. Yes, he may be beautiful and light in complexion. Yes, that's nice. That's beautiful. That's handmade of God. But is that person really what God had in stock for you? Servant David said, yeah, you may say, you may, because of all those things that you see that are blood-fooded with that handsomeness, with that beautiful car, with that beautiful house, that wealthy something, with that, if you'll be blindfolded and you say, oh, it's finished, that is it. I've seen my husband, I've seen my wife. And God said, what kind of voice am I hearing? This must be devil. This person that's always buying me something and even promised me to buy me a car, he has everything in place. What else do I need in the life of a man? And we have redirection voice. We have so many voices. Direction, voice of God. We have voice of redirection that will direct you from the plan and purpose of God, and you end up in mess. That's what Sabbath David is saying here. End up in mess. Honestly, I like to see all our youth happily married, happily, peacefully. Okay, let me read something again. Yes, they end up in mess because they did not pay attention. They are not patient enough to know what God have in stock for them. The patience have been removed, and they are in hurry. I talk about them when you rush into marriage. Do not rush into marriage because of any reason. You know, don't let anything, don't let even love cloud your mind. Don't let money cloud your mind. Don't let every all the wealthy things of this world cloud your mind when you are about to choose a life partner. Let me tell you something. Some partners, they may start from afresh. They start together and they start to build up their wealth. They start to build up their goal. They start to build up, and they build it up. And they become what they become in life. And hence, sometimes someone, okay, I read that already. Okay. Someone is okay. If you want to hear, if we want to laugh out loud, and laugh out loud. If you want to hear God's laugh, everybody, if you want to hear God laugh, let me see everybody laughing. And we should tell him our plans. See, let me tell you something. Another topic of its own. I will talk about purpose and destiny. Purpose and destiny, they are two different things. Purpose, destiny. Purpose, destiny. Purpose, destiny. They are two different things. The purpose, God define purpose. God has a plan and purpose for every one of us. And he said he will make us to reach an expected end. The thought of the Lord is for good, not evil, to an expected an end and a hope and a future. But when we talk about destiny, what are we referring to? Destiny is your destination where you are going. Destiny is our responsibilities. And you know what? God will do his part, and you do your own part. Like a student in the school, you have an exam. You're going to school, you have an exam, you want to pass, or you want to become an honor. What do you do? What are the things that you do? What are your goals to reach that? What are the things, objectives to reach that goal? Reaching the goal is your destination. is interaction. Okay, so there's a difference between purpose and destiny. People mix both two things together. They mix it up. It's not. Purpose is of its own. It's defined by God, and destiny is defined by man. What do you want to become in life? In regards to the purpose that God has for you. Okay. So when you tell you, so you should tell him our plan. So when you tell God about, so it's good to pray. It's good to tell God what you want. Oh God, I want this. God, I want that. Oh no, God, give me I need a man that have career. I need a man that have goals set up. I need a man that's already ready for marriage. You know, that will be taking care of me. A man that will not abuse me. I need a man that I will have a peace with. I need a man that will understand me because this is who I am, and I need a man to understand me, who I am. I need a man that is well-to-do, that can take care of the house and buy things for the house. I need a man. You know, you table all those requests to God. God, this is what I need, and God will now open your file and begin to say, you need this, you need this. Is this for you really? If I give you this, what will? Because it's a God that knows today, knows tomorrow, know our future end. He will not give you something that will not glorify his name. He will not give you something that will bring cost to his name. No, never. He always do things in his right time and for the right purpose. So even when you stated all those plans for God, when you stated all those plans for God, God will now look at your plan and said, okay, you say you want to marry brother this, or you want to marry sister this. But I didn't create you for this sister this, and I didn't create you for brother this. You know, and you begin to think, you know what, I will shock you one story. Mine is not about relationship, but about it, let me say it today. I'll say it another time. I'll say it another time. So what I'm talking about is that you may have your plan, you may have your paper full of requests, but God knows the best, which one to do, which one not to do, which one to do best, which one to do, you know, and be taking it out. Servant David, I'm hearing this says no rushing, no rushing, no rushing at all. When you are dating, you start to study the person, start to study the person. Dating is friendship without benefits. Friendship without benefit. Don't say, oh, if you know you love me, let me know by. Some people will say, let's just have a. I don't. You know what? I said it already in my previous video, but they normally said it. How do I know that you love me? How do you want me to know? How do you want me to prove that I love you? I love you. I love you. I love you. What else do you want me to do? Kiss you? Hug you? You know, in my previous, I talk about different kinds of hug. They may shock you. Different kind of hug that we have. You know. Oh my God, I have a lot of. Let me see. Okay. Oh no, comment before we are about to round up. We are about to round up. I need a comment. I need, if you have any questions more, do we do justice to all the questions? Servant David, do we do justice to the questions, or do we have one questions left out that we didn't? Servant David, I agree. Okay. Do we have any questions left that we didn't touch? Hand up. Um, Hello, do we have any questions? We're about to round up right now. Any comment, any addition, any omission, any comment, addition,